Yo, what's up, guys? It's Bryce from Cold Cat Sports, and we are just going to do three key games for the NFL Week 1 because Week 1 just wrapped about an hour ago. We're going to talk about three games and the best player of the week because there was an unquestioned best player of the week. And we're going to do three best players of the week. But for the top three key games that we're going to talk about, top three key games we're going to talk about. First one we're going to talk about is the Friday game between the Chiefs and the Chargers. I think that this game is a breakout party for the Chargers, and I'm a guy who has been super high on the Chargers for years now. I think that Justin Herbert is a guy who is just as good as any other quarterback in the league to get the job done. And quite frankly, he proved it on Friday, with 318 yards passing, three touchdowns, and then 40 yards rushing. And the only problem with the Chargers offense is they couldn't consistently run the football outside of Justin Herbert. So if the Chargers can run the football, there's not a team who can stop them because that defense is scary. That defense shut down the Chiefs. The Chiefs couldn't move the ball. That team is going to be the worst team in the AFC West. I'll tell you that right now. And I know the Broncos didn't look great, but that team is going to be the worst team in the AFC West because they can't move up and down the field. They had trouble moving up and down the field. And the second game we're going to talk about, the other game we're going to talk about, no, three, because we're also going to talk about Steelers-Jets, because that was a big game. And it was looking like the Steelers were going to lose. And then all of a sudden, it was 26-17, and it ended up being 31-26 out of nowhere. And Aaron Rodgers ended up with 230 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he looked like the Aaron Rodgers of old again. And Justin Fields looked really damn good as well. Both of these guys were guys who were dotting up the defenses, and both of these teams have elite defenses. They both have top 5 defenses in the league. And these guys both, question marks or not, proved that they could pass in the NFL with their performance yesterday. And then the final game we're going to talk about, and it's one of the greatest football games most of us have ever seen, and it is the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens Sunday Night Football Sunday Night Football last night. Going into the fourth quarter, the Bills were down 34-19. They ended up winning 41-40 off of the absolute heroics of Josh Allen. And if Ed Oliver doesn't force Derrick Henry to fumble, this game is a whole hell of a lot different because the Ravens are walking away winners. And this game just proved that the Bills are the best team in the AFC because they put away Baltimore last night with arguably the best quarterback and the best running back in the game. But he's not the best quarterback in the game because now we're going to get into our 3 stars of the game, or of the week. So this is going to be like hockey. We're going to do our 3 stars of the week. So we're going to do third star is Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry had 175 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he looked absolutely unstoppable. And what's stopping him from being any higher on this list is the fumble that clinched the game for the Ravens. Yeah. And I love Derrick Henry, but that fumble cost him from being a top 2 star of the league, or of the week this week, because the fumble. Yeah. The second star of the week was Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson threw and ran for a combined 3 touchdowns, 220 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and another 70 on the ground and a rushing touchdown. Baltimore's offense looked unstoppable last night, and you could see that with them being up huge going into the fourth. And then they got complacent and they stalled. But that is because the number 1 star of the week was Josh Allen with his 397 passing yards and 4 passing touchdowns with no turnovers. This Josh Allen completed a rocket in the end zone to Keon Coleman that wasn't even supposed to go to him. And Keon Coleman just catches it out of nowhere for one of the most amazing catches we will see this year. And Josh Allen is proving why, once again, he's probably the best football player on the planet right now. He's unquestionably the best quarterback in the league, as he's the reigning MVP. But yes, that was a quick week 1 takeaway. Obviously, on the podcast this week, there will be more in-depth talk about week 1. But let me know what you guys think. What were your key games of the week? Who were your key players of the week? I'd really love to hear what you have to say.